Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. I stride into Jane's room, the soft carpet muffling my steps. It's just another evening in our suburban home, tinged with the scent of the lavender air freshener she loves. The sunlight is waning, casting long shadows against the floral wallpaper as I reach for my phone left charging beside her bed. She's humming a tune in the bathroom, oblivious to the world outside her steam-filled sanctuary. I'm about to leave when her phone, positioned next to mine, vibrates violently against the wooden nightstand. The screen lights up with an unfamiliar number. Without a second thought, driven by a reflex I didn't know I had, I answer it. Hello. The word escapes my lips before I can pull it back. Hey, my favorite, replies a gentle, masculine voice, warm and familiar in a way that twists my stomach into knots. Sorry, who is this? I ask, my voice tight, each word clipped short by the burgeoning suspicion in my gut. Oh, the voice pauses, a hint of confusion seeping through. Isn't this Jane's phone? Yes, it is. Jane's husband speaking. Who are you? I demand, my fingers clenching the phone so tightly I fear it might crack. There's a stifled laugh, a sound of disbelief. Oh man, I must have dialed the wrong number. Sorry about that, buddy. The line goes dead, leaving a ringing silence in my ears. My heart thuds erratically against my ribcage. My favorite? The term of endearment reverberates in my mind, mocking, incendiary. Jane's never called me that. I stand frozen, the phone still pressed to my ear, as the bathroom door creaks open. Jane steps out, wrapped in a white towel, her hair damp and her skin flushed from the heat of the shower. She smiles at me, that same radiant smile I fell in love with, now tinged with an unknown duplicity. Everything okay? She asks, walking over to retrieve her phone from my hand. Yeah, I lie, handing it back to her, my smile tight. Just missed a call. She eyes me curiously, sensing the shift in my demeanor but too cautious to probe. I'll make dinner, she suggests, brushing a kiss on my cheek as she moves past me. I nod, my mind racing. The seeds of doubt are already sown, sprouting dark thoughts that claw at my peace. I need answers, but more importantly, I need a plan. Revenge forms a bitter taste on my tongue, an idea that solidifies with each passing second. As she disappears into the kitchen, I make a decision. I won't confront her, not yet. I need proof, and I need her to reveal her true colors before I expose this charade. The phone call was a slip, a crack in the facade I hadn't seen before. But now, armed with suspicion and fueled by betrayal, I'm determined to dig deeper. Dinner passes in a blur of mundane chatter and forced laughter. I watch her closely, noting every slip, every unusual glance at her phone. Tonight marks the beginning of the end, I realize. Tonight, I start to unravel the life I thought I knew, the love I thought I had secured. As I clear the dishes and she retreats once more to her sanctuary, I make my first move. I pick up her phone, she's left it carelessly on the table, and unlock it. She's too trusting, or perhaps too arrogant in her deceit. I begin to search, my fingers trembling with a mix of dread and anticipation. This is just the beginning, but it's a beginning that will lead to an irrevocable end. For her, for us, for the life we built on what I now suspect to be lies. The intrigue is deep, the betrayal palpable, and my resolve is set. I will find the truth. And she will face the consequences. The screen of Jane's phone illuminates under my touch, revealing a slew of messages and recent calls, all meticulously organized. My heart hammers as I scroll, searching for any sign of the man from the call. The familiar names bring no relief, each one a potential cover for her deception. A message notification pops up just as I'm about to delve into her call history. It's from someone named Tom Work. The text reads, "Can't wait for tomorrow, smiley face." My eyes narrow. I open the message thread and scroll through. Their conversations are casual, sprinkled with emojis and playful banter, nothing overt but enough to kindle the flames of suspicion. A plan begins to form, swift and decisive. I need to meet this Tom work. I need to see the man who might be encroaching on my life. The next day, I tell Jane I'm heading out to meet a friend for coffee, my alibi as flimsy as the trust between us. She nods, absorbed in her phone, barely acknowledging me. It's perfect for my needs. At the cafe, I find a seat with a clear view of the entrance. My friend, Mike, arrives shortly, his brow furrowing when he sees my grim expression. "What's going on, man? You look like you're about to interrogate someone," Mike says, his voice low as he sits across from me. "Maybe I am," I reply, my gaze fixed on the door. "I need a favor, Mike. I think Jane is seeing someone else." Mike's eyes widen, but he nods, understanding the gravity of the situation. "What do you need?" "I need you to talk to someone for me. A guy from her work named Tom. I can't face him, not yet. I need to know what he's like first." Mike agrees without hesitation, a testament to years of friendship. He leaves the table and positions himself near the counter, a perfect spot to strike up a casual conversation with anyone who fits the description I gave him of Tom based on his profile picture in Jane's phone. Minutes drag by, turning to hours, each passing second tightening the coil of tension in my gut. Finally, a man matching Tom's description walks in. He's tall, casually dressed, with an easy confidence that makes my blood boil. Mike intercepts him with a friendly slap on the shoulder and a cheerful greeting. They order coffee together, chatting like old college buddies reunited. I watch, my fists clenching beneath the table, as they laugh and talk. Mike's an excellent actor, his face showing nothing but warmth and curiosity. After a long 20 minutes, they part ways, and Mike walks back to me, his expression serious. "So?" I prompt, unable to keep the edge from my voice. "He's definitely into her. Said he's been seeing someone from work, but it's complicated because she's married. He even showed me a picture they took at a company retreat. It's Jane, no doubt about it." My vision blurs with a mixture of rage and heartache. "Thanks, Mike. I need some time to think about what to do next." "No problem, man. Whatever you need, I'm here," Mike says, clapping me on the shoulder before leaving. I sit there alone, the noise of the cafe swirling around me. My mind races with the implications of Mike's revelations. Jane and this Tom. It's real. The betrayal isn't just a shadow anymore, it's as tangible as the coffee cup I grip in my hands. I know what I must do next, but the weight of the decision anchors me to my seat. This isn't just about confronting Jane anymore. It's about reclaiming my life, my dignity. And for that, she has to leave, no matter the cost. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the bustling cafe, I make my way home. The house that once felt like a sanctuary now looms like a battleground. Tonight, the confrontation will happen. Tonight, I will end this charade. And as I turn the key in the lock, my resolve hardens. Jane will have to choose, her secret lover or the life we built together. But one thing is clear, one of us is leaving, and it won't be me. The front door creaks as I step into the dimly lit hallway, my heart pounding with the rhythm of impending confrontation. The house is eerily quiet, the kind of silence that amplifies every small sound into a foreboding echo. I drop my keys on the small table by the door, their clatter resounding through the space, announcing my arrival. I find Jane in the kitchen, her back to me as she stirs something on the stove. The normalcy of the scene grates against my heightened emotions. The air smells of garlic and basil, a mundane backdrop to the storm brewing within me. "Jane," I begin, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. She turns, a smile playing on her lips, unaware of the storm she's about to face. "Hey. You're home early. I thought you were going to be out longer," she says, turning down the burner before facing me fully. We need to talk, I say, cutting through any pretense. Her smile falters, her eyes narrowing slightly as she reads the seriousness in my stance. What's wrong? It's about us, I start, struggling to keep my voice even. Or maybe, it's about you and Tom. Her reaction is immediate. Her face pales, her eyes widen, and for a moment, she looks like she might deny it. But then, her shoulders slump, and she sighs, a sound heavy with resignation. I can explain, she says weakly. I shake my head, anger flaring. Explain? How do you explain deception, Jane? How do you explain lies? It's not what you think, she pleads, stepping toward me, but I step back, putting distance between us. Isn't it? I challenge. Mike met him today. Tom thinks he's in a relationship with a married woman. Sounds exactly like what I think. Jane looks away, biting her lip, a telltale sign of her anxiety. I was going to tell you. It got complicated. Complicated? I echo, my voice rising. Is that what you call it when you betray your husband? It wasn't meant to be a betrayal, she argues, her own voice strengthening as she defends herself. It started as just talking, but nothing, I cut her off, my mind made up. You made your choice, Jane. And now, I'm making mine. She reaches for me, tears starting to pool in her eyes. Please, don't do this. We can go to counseling. We can fix this. For a fleeting second, I waver, the years of love and memories tugging at me. But then, the image of her and Tom, laughing together, sears through my thoughts, and my resolve solidifies. No, I say firmly, stepping away from her outstretched hands. It's too late for that. I want you to leave, Jane. Her face crumples, and she sobs, her whole body shaking. Where will I go? Go to Tom, if he's what you want, I reply coldly. The harshness in my voice surprises even me, but the pain is too fresh, too raw to soften the blow. She cries harder, pleading between sobs, but my decision stands firm. I turn away, unable to watch her breakdown. I head upstairs to my bedroom, to pack a bag for her, each item a shard of our shared life, now shattered. When I come back down, she's still crying, but there's a resolve in her eyes now. She knows I'm not changing my mind. Silently, I hand her the bag. This isn't the end, not really, she whispers, wiping her tears as she takes the bag. It is for us, I say, my voice breaking just a bit. Goodbye, Jane. She nods, swallowing hard, and then she turns and walks out, the door closing softly behind her. The finality of the click echoes in the empty house, a solemn end to our chapter together. I slump against the wall, the adrenaline fading, leaving behind a hollow ache. Betrayal, confrontation, and now the silence of solitude, this was not how I envisioned my evening. Yet here I am, standing in the debris of a marriage I thought was solid. The future looms uncertain and daunting, but first, I must navigate the loneliness of this new reality. As the night deepens, I know one thing for certain, the road ahead is mine alone to tread. The house feels different, hollowed out and echoey, like a shell after a storm. It's been 3 days since Jane left, and the silence is as oppressive as a physical presence. My mind, however, races with chaotic thoughts, unable to settle. I find myself wandering from room to room, each corner a testament to a life that now feels like a distant memory. As I sift through the remnants of our shared existence, trying to piece together my solo future, the doorbell rings, a sharp, jarring sound that cuts through the quiet. Hesitant, I open the door to find Mike standing there, his expression a complex mix of concern and urgency. Hey, I think you need to see something, Mike says without preamble, stepping inside and handing me an envelope. Found this at your doorstep when I came up. Looks important. Curious, I tear open the envelope. Inside, there's a letter and a series of photographs. The letter is from Tom, the man who unknowingly shattered my life. As I read, the room seems to tilt, reality skewing into something unexpected. Dear, my name. I owe you an explanation. First, let me apologize. I never intended to come between you and Jane. I was led to believe by her that your marriage was all but over, a formality. It seems I was misled. The truth is, Jane approached me several months ago with a proposal, not of love, but of business. She needed investment in a project she was working on secretly, something she was passionate about but couldn't fund on her own. The photographs included show us at various meetings with potential investors and at a startup pitch event. Our relationship was purely professional, but I admit, I developed feelings for her along the way, which I expressed unfortunately in a way that misled you. I am sorry for the pain caused. Enclosed are also copies of our correspondence and contracts to confirm there was no personal affair. I hope this brings some clarity and, perhaps, a path to mend things with Jane, who speaks very highly of you. Regards. Tom. I dropped the letter, stunned, my eyes scanning the photographs and documents. Pictures of Jane and Tom, not intimate, but immersed in their work, presentations, and group discussions. The narrative I had constructed crumbles around me, the foundation of my anger and betrayal now seeming foolish and rash. Before I can process fully, another knock sounds. I open the door again, this time to find Jane, her eyes hopeful but wary. I didn't know if you'd read Tom's letter, or even if you'd open the door for me, she starts, her voice trembling. I should have told you about the project. I was afraid you'd think it was a silly dream, that it wouldn't succeed. I never meant to hurt you. We stand there, in the doorway, the gap between us filled with hurt and misunderstanding, but also with the dawning of a possible reconciliation. Can we talk? She asks, a simple request loaded with the weight of what was and what could still be. I nod, stepping aside to let her in. We sit at the kitchen table, the same place where I demanded she leave. Now, the air is thick with the possibility of forgiveness. You should have trusted me, Jane, I say, my voice thick. I know, and I'm so sorry, she replies, reaching across the table, seeking my hand. I was wrong, and I regret every second that it hurt you. We talk for hours, unraveling the tangled web of emotions and misunderstandings. As the sun sets, casting a warm glow through the window, I feel something shift inside me, a slow, hesitant mending of my broken trust. I want to see this project of yours, I finally say, surprising even myself. Jane's face lights up, her smile genuine. Really? You mean that? Yes, I answer, squeezing her hand. Let's start over, not just us, but with everything. Together this time. As we stand together, looking out at the garden bathed in golden light, I realize that sometimes, the hardest trials can lead to new beginnings. Forgiveness isn't easy, nor is rebuilding trust, but perhaps, in this new chapter, we'll find a way not just to repair but to grow stronger than we were before.